Welcome, beautiful yogis. Let's practice together. This evening we'll find our way through all the ways that the spine moves, and we'll power up our deep core muscles so that we can live this life in a very grounded and centered way. And we'll begin in a seated position. So get snuggled in, comfy. Your hands can just rest here on your legs and just let your spine grow tall as your gaze lowers so that you can start to tune in to your inner body, your state of being, coming as you are to your yoga mat. Feeling whatever is showing up. It's been a little tumultuous with the weather, earthquakes, oh my. Here we are on the yoga mat to center, to ground, and feel good. And as you sit and tune into your body here, just notice what's here and notice breath. Aligning with your breathing now. Just intrinsically, gently, without any effort, let your inhale become a little longer and your exhale a little slower. Deeply, slowly in and smoothly, slowly out again. Meeting ourselves in this slow breathing, noticing that as we exhale, the belly just relaxes back to the spine, towards the spine, inwards. And as the inhale begins, that soft belly can expand as the diaphragm draws in your breath, the feeling of which rises through the trunk, the moment of fullness, and that gentle exhale, smooth, long, and complete. Let's do 2 more of these. Befriending the breath, how the breath takes us into this connection with our inner being. Good. So now as the exhale occurs, wrap your hands around your knees and while exhaling, droop to your tailbone, round your back and lower your chin. And when you're ready to inhale, draw your chest forward and lift it up. Take the shoulders back and raise your chin just slightly, looking upwards. And then when we're ready to exhale, hold the knees, round your back, bow in towards your belly, and round. Nice and slow, pull forward, breathe in. So feel how your trunk actually moves. Your elbows stay close, the shoulders draw back. And then we round. Let's do this one more time. Good. Now come back to a lovely upright spine and send your left leg straight out. And bring your right heel close to the midline. Facing this straight leg now, let your arms lift up, so elbows lift up, Arms stretch up, looking up at your hands. Exhale, come a little forward over this extended leg. Just a little way, because we're going to inhale back up again. There could be a softness in your arms and a lift in your heart. Exhale, coming forward over the leg, just feeling it out. And even if your leg is not straight, it's fine. You're still getting that hamstring stretch. This time we come forward and we let the arms come down to rest somewhere on the legs, perhaps your ankle. Good. Looking down towards your leg, feel how the back of your neck can grow longer. And how as we hold this shape and fill it with breath, we can feel the breath in the low back. Slowly in and smoothly out, just as we began. 2 more breaths in this seated forward bend. There really is no need to go deeper than your body feels like at this moment. Stay with what feels good. Now as we breathe in, just walk your hands up the leg, coming back to the upright seat. Good. And raising now the same side arm. So that would be your left arm. Inhale, take it up, send a length straight up. Exhale, bring that hand to the inside of your extended leg. Might be at the knee level. And now the upper torso turns in the opposite direction, opening up towards your right. Now the hand behind give you a little purchase. Stay upright. Look over the right shoulder. And then only the head turns to line your chin with the middle of your chest, not all the way back. Good. Stay here for inhale. And now tip your ear towards your left shoulder. On the exhale, little side neck stretch. Inhale, bring your head back to center. Release the arms. Exhale, back to the front. And let's switch legs. So now it's going to be your right leg straight up and your left heel in close. And if your leg doesn't want to straighten right now, know that that's fine. No pushing it. We're going to inhale the arms softly up. Lift the heart, look up, and then let the heart lead the way as we come forward towards that leg just a little way. Feel it out in your back. Inhale, come up again. Looking good, everyone. And exhale, come forward. Maybe just that little bit more. And up we come. To this time, fold over the leg and hold on wherever we can. Good, and soften over your leg. You can look down a little bit so the back of the neck lengthens. Doesn't matter where you're holding. Bring your breath into your low back. And become absorbed by the feeling of the breath at this time. One more long, smooth breath cycle. Now we'll walk the hands up the leg, come back to the upright place, vertical spine, and raise your right arm now. That's the same as the extended leg. Stay upright, just lower your hand to the inside of the leg so you can press into it and begin to turn your trunk towards your left. Bring the hand to the mat to give you a little support to turn your ribs. And as you feel the uprightness on the inhale, the exhale is that little further turn. Keeping everything, just bring your chin in line with your chest. Stay here for the inhalation, and then right ear to right shoulder on exhalation, little side neck stretch. Good, inhale, come back to center. Unwind your torso back to front, and let's bring the soles of the feet together so that we are now in the midline of the body. Feet touch, hands on knees. Bring your feet a little forward. Lift your heart high and catch the exhale to bring your heart forward and rest here. So just a little ease as you fold forward. Slow, smooth breathing. So we are now mindful, aware of the body and the feeling of breath through the body, which we can align with and deepen. As we breathe in, we'll come back to upright, walk your way up, bring your knees up, walk them a little bit apart, bring the hands behind, and just windscreen wipe your knees a little side to side. Just feeling it out. At first it'll feel a little tight and it might loosen up, and just roll your butt and roll your knees. Terrific. Good. And so from here, let's make our way to all fours. So finding your way to all fours, if it's a very neutral back here, you're lightly drawing your low belly in. And feel the stability in your hands, your wrists directly under shoulders, your long neck. And keep your spine just come a little forward and a little back. So we're not dipping like we usually do. We're just coming a little forward and a little back. Feeling this out. Good, and then we come back to the all fours. And now let's go into cow cat. So now there's a little dip in the back as we inhale, bring the chest forward. And then as we exhale, we'll tuck the tail under. Draw the belly in as we round the back and lower the chin. Be sure to release your low belly as we inhale, chest forward. Lift the heart. And exhale, tuck under, round the back, squeezing the inner muscles, lower the chin. We'll do a few more of these. Feeling now the flow of breath, aligning with the flow of moving. How aligning those centers our attention. Let's do one more. From the neutral back, lower your elbows to the mat, lining up your hands in the prayer pose, and the elbows are still under the shoulders, even though they might be a little bit wider. Looking at your knees, they're underneath the hips. And now the right leg, send it straight with the ball of the foot on the mat and your hip pointer pressing down, and push into that heel a little bit. Raise your head just to see your hands and feel the long line of the engaged muscles along your right leg, even the right side of the core. On the exhale, just bring that right knee back down. And we'll do it with the left leg. Ball of the foot is on the mat, so we find purchase to press into the mat, to keep the hips level, to work the forearms. Breathe, holding this shape. Good, and on the exhale, bring the knee down and make your way back to hands and knees, all fours, widening the knees a little bit now. Widening the knees, feet can stay together, and with the wide knees, circle your hips in large circlings, feeling how you can circle in one breath cycle, moving slowly to feel it out in the hips. They come forward to the side and go back. One more in this direction. And then we'll go the other way, keeping a nice big circling, moving into the hips. As we exhale now, feel how the core muscles can be activated. We release for inhale, and on the exhale, draw the low belly and the pelvic floor in. One more time. Come back to center, walk the knees back under the hips. Your heels are still, the heel of the hand is still underneath your shoulders. Curl the toes. Draw the low belly muscles in. And as you press your toes and the hands down, take your knees just off the mat a few inches. Now draw your tummy in and let your core power up. 3 breaths. So a lot of muscles are working now. I'd like you to focus on the core. And on the exhale, knees come down, release your toes, and widen the knees again. And this time, a little sway of the hips side to side. And then looking over your shoulder as you sway the hips, forming the letter C. Nice, everyone. Good. And now from here, we're in the neutral spine. This time, it's the right leg parallel to the mat. Push into an imaginary wall, lift out of your shoulders, and the left arm goes forward. And now as we breathe in our centered and balanced place, be aware that each time you exhale, you could lightly draw your low belly and your pelvic floor in. One more breath. As we exhale, bring the hand and the knee down, widening the knees, feet closer together. Take your right arm out to the right. Lift it up, let it soar. Exhale, slide it behind your left wrist and come on down and stay for 2 breaths. Feel this. Upper back stretch. On the inhale, and withdraw that arm and send it up high again. Exhale, slide under again. Inhale, draw the arm out and take it high. And exhale, slide under. Good, stay again. Stay to breathe here. And draw the arm out to come back to all fours. So the knees walk in, find our tabletop position, and this time it's the left leg, so your tummy's drawn in, the left leg parallel to the mat. Push through the imaginary wall, lift your heart and your right arm forward. Set the core, focused on breath. a hand. On the exhale, bring the hand and the knee down. Walking the knees wide again, feet close. The left arm, inhale, take it up, high, to thread it under and behind, lower down to your left arm. Stay a couple of breaths. On the inhale, draw the arm out and lift it high, turning your ribs to the left. Exhale, slide under. And do that again. Inhale, rise. Exhale, slide under, where we'll again stay a couple of breaths. Good, and draw the arm out. Keeping the knees wide, we're going to stretch both arms forward and wide and draw the hips back any amount that your body allows. So if you can, your arms are extended straight. For some, that injured shoulder says no. So you'll bend your elbows, make it easier. But have a sense that the shape is stretching the spine, the side, the front, and how that when you breathe in, you could feel all of that expand. And all of it subside. One more breath here. Lovely, everyone. We come back to fours, walk the knees in, and now come back to your elbows again. Palms together in the prayer pose. Revisiting where we were a moment ago with the right leg, ball of the foot on the mat, extended straight. Lift your heart slightly and look at your fingertips. In other words, your head's not hanging. And breathe into this powered up right leg. On the exhale, bring the knee down and take left leg straight, pressing through the heel, feeling this leg work. Good, and bring the knee down. Options now to repeat as we did, one leg at a time. Some of you might choose to straighten the right leg and to straighten the left leg, also coming now into this forearm plank. And we're going to hold a few breaths. So draw your low belly in and set your core and keep it so pelvic floor, low belly drawn in. Good. On the exhale, lower your hips all the way down, palms flat, Sphinx pose. Segueing into Sphinx pose. Feel breathing now. Good. Slide the hands back to where the elbows are. Curl your toes. Press to the knees. Take your seat back. Stretch your low back. And then this time, we'll come forward for a downward facing dog. So work the entire hand. Raise your tail high. And then raise and lower your heels with breath. And now we'll gently return the knees to the mat and bring a block under each hand. So, knees under hips, they're about hips width apart. And let's take the right leg. Inhale, take that up behind, lift the heart. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose and squeeze inward your pelvic floor, your low belly. Inhale, raise the knee and the heart. Exhale, draw in. One more. And this time, step your right foot through between the blocks. Position the foot nice and flat. Curl the back toe and straighten the back leg. If that feels too much, just leave that knee down. Draw the shoulders back, lift the heart, and draw your low belly in. Slow, deep breaths. On the exhalation, we'll let that left knee, the back knee, come down, release the toes, and draw the hips back to straighten the right leg. That right sit bone draws back. Breathe into the hamstring stretch that's here. And then we'll take that right leg back. We're on the knees, we're taking the second side, so it's going to be your left knee lifted up, inhale with the heart, knee to nose, exhale. And twice more. Third one, we step the left foot forward. Get it well situated so we can straighten the back leg. Hold steady here. Awareness of core. On the exhale, let that right knee come back down, release the toes, and straighten the left leg. Try to take the roundness out of your back. And bring your left leg back, putting the blocks to the sides. Come back to the elbows, palms together. So a little break for the wrists. Pressing down your forearms. Let's take the left leg straight out, ball of the foot on the mat. Press through the heel, set to the core, and straighten the right leg as well. Coming back to this forearm plank pose. And really draw your low belly in. And let your legs be long and strong, pushing through the heels. Lovely deep breathing. On the exhalation, lower your hips down, ease your toes, and separate your hands to come into Sphinx pose. Deep, relaxed breaths. Heart is still reaching forward. And this mindful of breath moving through your back. And please slide your hands back, curl your toes, come to hands and knees. Dip back towards your heels, ease the back. Good, and you could stay here or come into a downward dog. Slow the breathing as you feel this shape. On the exhale, the knees come down. The hands reach again for the middle-sized block. As we take the right leg up behind, inhale. Knee to nose, step forward. Press the foot down and bring your arms up. Raise the arms up. Get steady here in this new view. Lower the arms down. Bring them to the low back. Elbows back, lift the heart. Draw the sacrum down and under and stretch from your pubis to your throat. Right hand stays, left arm comes forward and up. And exhale, lean your torso forward and hook that elbow over your right knee for a little twist to the right. One more breath. On exhale, bring your hands back to the blocks. And straighten the front leg. The breath is slow as we mindfully tend to the sensations. Adding now a twist to the right over the straight right leg. So have your arm level with your shoulder and open wide. And feel how the right sit bone needs to draw back and down and open your chest towards the right. Nice ribs turning rightwards. Good. Keep that lovely chest opening. Just look down towards your left hand. And bring the hand back. So we've got the hands on each foot. Bring your right foot to flat. Curl the back toe to straighten the back leg again. And from this shape, try to straighten the front leg. So you might want to bring your blocks to a higher setting. See what works for you. Front leg towards straight, hips level. Breath flowing. Feel free to stay here or add a twist again to the right. Again, it doesn't need to be high with the arm. Just turn your chest to the right. You've got the right leg in front. That's it. It's a twist. Looking at that right hand. Keep your chest to the right. Now look down to your left hand. Lovely, everyone. Hand to the block. Back knee down. And bring your right knee back. Lower the blocks. So we'll take an extended child's pose here. Wide knees, sit back towards the heels, and stretch long and breathe. Mindful awareness of breath. And draw way back forward, coming back to fours with the middle setting of the blocks. To begin our sequence now with the left leg. Are you ready? Left leg lifts up behind, inhale. Knee to nose round your back and step the foot forward. Press that left foot down to inhale your arms overhead. And lower the arms, hands to sacrum, drawing the tail down but the heart up, the elbows back. Nice and steady through the front foot and knee. Good. And are you ready now? Left hand stays. Bring the right arm up, torso forward, and come over that left knee, thigh with your elbow, palms pressed together as we now turn the trunk leftwards. Nice breaths into this compression of the twist. Press your breath through that compression. Nice. Please release your hands to the blocks. Let that left leg straighten. Hold that leg straight a few breaths. And we'll add the twist over the straight leg to the left. So remember, the arm doesn't need to go higher than the shoulder. Just have a sense of your trunk turning and resisting with that left sit bone that tucks down. Looking at the left hand. Keep the chest opening that we've created. Look down to the left foot. And release your hand back to the block. Flatten the left foot and straighten the back leg to straighten the front leg. So even if you adjust the distance between your feet, stay here. Now we've got both legs straight. Remember, you can bring your blocks to a higher setting. Breathing into the both legs towards or all the way straight. And we rotate now to the left again, over the straight leg. Arm, chest to the left. Look at that left hand, barely visible. Look to the right hand. And bring the hand back to the block and the back knee down and draw the left foot back. Extended child's pose. Wide knees. Lower the blocks or push the blocks to the side. If you don't want such a deep shoulder stretch, don't use the blocks. And breathe now. Breath moving through the whole of your trunk. So the inhale widens and expands in all directions, sides, front, back. Two more breaths. Nice, everyone. Come forward again. Blocks to the side as we take a downward dog. Let's widen the feet to the edges of the mat. And do the same with the hands, pointing them slightly outwards. Once you've set that up, draw your hips back. And then with the parallel but wider feet, lift and lower your heels with the breath. Two more times. Last one. Please walk your feet a little closer together. And now we're going to walk the feet to the front of the mat. To shift your hands to your shin bones. Lift the chest for inhale and exhale. Fold over your legs. And are you ready? We're coming all the way up. So you could roll up with a low chin. And then bring your arms wide and overhead. Reach really tall and bring your hands to prayer pose. Feeling this moment. Stepping now your right foot back, not too far. Have your hips squared. And as we press the palms together, we ground through the feet, stabilizing, and then inhale the arms, widened up. Exhale, fold over the left leg. Halfway up, breathe in. Folding over the leg, breathing out. And come all the way upright, arms overhead. And hands to heart as we step forward. And left foot steps back. Angle and ground. Stabilize. To breathe, the arms widened up. Heart leads as we dive forward. Hands somewhere to the shin bone. Inhale to the flat back. Fold over the leg. And steadying up as we inhale all the way to step, bringing the hands to the heart. Ready? Right foot back. Stabilize. Inhale, arms. Exhale, fold. Flat back, breath in. Fold over your leg, breathe out, and come upright. The exhale, we step forward. And last one, left foot steps back. Stabilize, steady. Arms, inhale. Forward bend. Halfway up. Fold in. And rise. To step to the front of the mat, pausing here a moment. To feel your groundedness. To feel your tallness. And with the hands pressing together, your centeredness. Good. Hands to hips, please. Step the right foot back, this time further. It's a wider stance. And have your heel up and your shoulders over your hips. And again, we want to center and stabilize. Good. Now bring your palms to face each other. Ready to inhale, straighten your left leg, widen the elbows. And exhale, bend the knee and flow the arms closer together. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, lunge. We'll do one more. Bringing now your hands to your hips as we lean forward and take that big step or a few steps forward. Or stable up, prayer pose, hands, feel this moment arriving. So with each movement and breath, there are shifting sensations through the body. Feel them all. Second side, hands to hips, step your left foot way back. Ball of the foot, nice lunge in your right leg, get steady, and then bend the elbows, cactus arms, to straighten, inhale wide arms, exhale lunge. Flow with your breath, working your leg, flowing with arms. We've got one to go. Good. Hands to hips, lean forward, step forward. Prayer pose, hands, get centered and grounded. Good. So with the feet as they are, inhale, your arms widened up. The exhale is a forward bend, hands to shins. Inhale, the heart lifts. Good. Now, hands could go to the blocks or to the ground as we step now the right leg back and lower the right knee down to the mat. Inhale, raise your arms up. And then exhale, hands to the ground or the blocks, step forward. Halfway up, breath in. Exhale, fold. All the way to upright. Prayer pose, hands at the heart. To circle through again, widen up through the arms. Forward bend, exhale. Halfway up, breath in. We're going to step the left foot back, bringing the knee down. And then inhaling, the arms overhead. The exhale, hands to the ground or block, to step forward. Hands to shin for the halfway up. Exhale, fold in and all the way up. And so we're flowing with breath to get grace and mobility. Flow again, widen up. Heart leads, exhale forward. Halfway up, breath in. It's the right leg now that steps back, lowering the knee to the mat. And inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, return to step forward. Halfway up, breath in. Fold to breathe out. Come up. Prayer pose. Return. Last one. Inhale, the arms wide and up. Strong in your core as we dive forward. Halfway up, breath in. Left foot steps back and the knee comes down. To inhale, rise. And exhale, step forward. Hands to shins for the breath in. Fold deep for the breath out. Come all the way up. And prayer pose. Nice, everyone. Please come down to the mat again. Where we slowly make our way down onto the back, all the way down. Relax your arms. Widen the feet a little bit and windscreen wipe your legs, your bent knees. Little restful moment. Good. And then as you come back to center, draw the right knee into the chest. Squeeze it in and let it go. And then the left knee into the chest. Squeeze it in. Feel the low back press down and put it back. Nice. Take a moment, hands on belly. As you exhale, flatten your low back into the mat and draw your tail up and draw the belly in. So we've set the core muscles here. Feel that. Are you ready to breathe in? Relax the belly. And we go again with the exhale, flatten the sacrum. Hold this moment of no breath, inward contraction. So it's the root lock and the navel lock. Hold that, hold that. Release when you're ready to breathe in. And we'll do that one more time. Flatten the sacrum so the tail lifts slightly. Set your core muscles. Good. And release your hands to the mat. Your back will take a little neutral position. And the arms are next to your hips on the mat. Have no pillow. And press your feet flat. And so it's going to be little bridges, not high bridges, because we're focusing now on core. So as we exhale, flatten the low back. And then inhale, keep that angle as we raise the hips up. Keep the knees parallel, the feet grounded. Exhale, come back down. Keep your core activated. A hand coming back up. And lower. So the intention here is to feel your core muscles at work. Try the exhale as we go up. Inhale down. Let's do 3 more of these. Keeping that tail tucked, your sacrum long, and your core muscles set. The exhale is the lift. Inhale down. And we'll do it one more time. Good. And so come back down. Release the muscles a moment. Feel that. Good. Now draw the right knee into the chest. Send the left leg straight out on the mat, just above the floor. Fill out with a breath. Exhale, switch legs. Left knee in, right leg just above the ground. Keep the low back pressed down and switching again. Inhale, switch. Exhale, extend the leg. Inhale, switch. And exhale, extend. Feel the low back pressing down. Couple more. And last one with the left knee in. Good. And then bring the right knee in. A hand on each knee. Circle the knees together. Just a couple of times each way. And now let your feet come to the mat flat. And press the low back down. Set your core muscles. The tail is slightly lifting. We've got the low back pressing down. And find your bottom ribs and draw them in as well. So we've got the core set. We're going to keep that. Bring your hands to hold your head. The elbows can be not wide. They don't have to be wide. And then draw your upper body off the floor. So now we can see the knees. We can see the low belly drawing in. And we're going to hold this. You might pulse a little bit. Keep your upper back off the floor. Feet on the ground. Low belly drawn in. And we pulse. Exhale. Curl up just a little bit more. Now remember, it's not about your shoulders or your neck. All about the core. Can we do 2 more? Oh, lovely, everyone. Are you ready? We're going to lie back down with the head. Relax your arms. Widen your knees a little bit and drop them side to side. Just ease your low back and your belly. As we are now targeting these deep low belly muscles, deep core muscles. Good, and now walk the feet again to flat. Cup your head again, cradle it in your hands, and curl up as we did. So set the core. Good. So now the feet can stay. As you exhale, bring your left elbow to the left. Come back to center, and then your right elbow towards the right, and back to center. So go again. We'll hold here a couple of breaths to the side. Upper body is to the left off the floor. Feet are on the floor. Come back to center. And one more. Good. And your head lies back down at center. Hands on soft belly and relaxed breaths. This time, take your feet off the floor, have your shin bones parallel to the mat, your sacrum on the ground, and your hands near your hips. Right arm, left leg, extend, inhale, stretch long, and exhale, return. And left arm, right leg, stretch it out, and return. So stay with this moving. Mindful, slow is good. Try to keep your sacrum down and your bottom ribs down, so that all those muscles are engaged as we move the arms and the legs across the diagonal line. Good, and coming to the last one. Let your feet land and let your arms relax. Feel that landing moment. How we can give up the effort into the earth. Third set. Palms are flat, slightly tucked under your low back, your sacrum. And now take both legs into the air. They don't have to be straight. Both legs into the air. Good. And so now what we'll do is lift and lower the hips and the leg. So on the exhale, lift your legs, your low back comes up, inhale back down. So it helps to do that little exhale through the mouth that helps contract your belly as we lift the legs. You feel a little heat forming. We've got 3 to go. And last one. Bend the knees. Let the feet land a little wider, your arms a little wider, and relax into the dropping of your knees side to side as we've been doing to release. Good. So walk the feet back together and your palms down near the feet. We're going to take a bridge pose now. So feet ground and raise your hips as we've been doing. The tail leads the way. Remember to keep your tail tucked throughout. This time we're holding the shape, so you can activate your arms, hold the mat wide, or interlace hands under your back. And breathe here. As we hold the bridge pose, a very deliberate inhale, and then an even more deliberate exhale where we internally contract pelvic floor, low belly, pull the bottom ribs in, and release to inhale, wide ribs, and the exhale again, very active. Pelvic floor, low belly, navel, low ribs, pull in. We're going to do 3 more. Are you ready? Inhale into the ribs and exhale into the low belly. Oh, those core muscles coming online. 2 more. And last one. Hold the empty moment in the inward contraction. Good. Then you're ready to inhale. Move the arms and slowly down. Keep your tail tucked all the way down. On landing, release the buttocks. Little easy breath here. Can you feel all that energy that we've gathered in your low belly, just spreading warmth, circulation? Let's put the right foot into the right hand, so knees bent, so say we're doing a happy baby with the right foot into the right hand. Straighten your left leg and have it just up off the floor with the left arm overhead. 3 breaths. Work your exhale with each time you breathe out, inward contraction. Good. Release. Switch sides. Hold the left foot. Remember the foot faces up, the knee towards the underarm. Right leg and right arm extended away from each other, and just off the floor is the right leg. And release. Both feet to the mat, arms a little bit away from the body. This time we're in cobbler's pose to relax. Please bring your knees back together and place your palms flat, tucked under your low back. Press the shoulders down, the sacrum down. Take both legs straight up into the air. Little flex in the feet if possible. Exhale, lower your legs together 1/3 of the way. Inhale, bring them back up. And then the exhale will go a little further than 1/3, maybe 2/3, hard to gauge. Inhale, come up. And this time maybe you can go a little further, maybe touch, but we're not landing because we want to bring the legs back up. Good. So you have a sense now of what works for your back. Anything that's too much, don't go so far. Exhale 1/3. Inhale back. Exhale a little further. And back up. And then the last one where we go as far as we can. And come back up. Bend the knees and embrace your legs. Rock a little side to side. Good. And so now we could either roll along the spine, making our way to boat pose. For some, you just want to come to your side and come onto boat pose to see what works for you. We have a few goes at rolling, and then we'll come up and find those muscles in the core to stay looking good, lovely. Lift the heart, find balance, hold steady. Either keep holding your legs or send your arms to straight. Beautiful, everyone. Good. Now we bring the feet to the floor and pull your spine up straight. Good. And then our next pose is going to be cobbler's pose. So you might draw your way back a little bit. Soles of the feet together, sit bones back. Lift your heart and come forward. So we did this pose right at the beginning of the practice. Breathe into your back. And we did a lot of core activation, which we can soften into that now in this shape. Let your tummy relax. And slowly roll up. Bring the knees in. And I'm just going to orient differently. You could keep facing that way, be fine. As we now straighten out your right leg and set your left foot over it and be upright. Now we take a little twist. So with the right leg straight, the right arm wraps around your left knee or your hand and then turn towards your left. So be upright, root the sit bones, rotate the spine, looking over that shoulder on the left, and then bring your head back in line with the sternum. Pause here a moment, and then on the exhale, continue turning your head towards your right shoulder. Look over the right shoulder. And release the pose, winding back to center to switch legs. Step your foot over. First we get the tallness and the wrap and the turn. So root down to turn and reach up on the in, turning on the out breath. At first, our gaze is towards that right shoulder behind. Then the head turns to the center line. We'll breathe in with the head at center, and then exhale, continue the journey, your head turning towards your left. And gently unwind the shape. Stretch both legs straight. Draw the sit bones back. Raise both arms. Stretch out of your low belly. And then exhale, come forward. Let your hands rest anywhere they can on your legs. Some will hold the toes. Some will hold the knees or ankles. And once you've got a little hold there, inhale, raise your chest, little cobra rising, halfway up, all the way out of the low belly. And then exhale, fold forward, lower the chin, and without strain, breathe into your back. On the inhale, roll your way up. Good, and please come to lie on your back. So those of you like a pillow blankie, bring that in now as we do our closing twist before we relax. And so it'll be wide arms, hips slightly to the right of center, with your right leg wrapping over the left. Little twist to the left of your hips. Settle and soften your upper body. So now we're letting go all the effort and all the stretching, feeling what's here, smoothening the breath, and to breathe now the square breath. So 4, 4, 4, 4. Some of you might do 5. We'll do it 3 times in your own count. It's the inhale, the pause for the same length. Then the exhale. And the resting on no breath. Twice more. So as you complete, rest a moment in the natural breath so that you can feel the effect of the square breath. It's really quite profound to deepen the relaxed state. But we're not done that process, so bring your knees up and set up again for second side. Hips left leg on top, twisting, relaxing your lower body to the right, and the deep ease in the upper body. Soften, settle. When you feel you've arrived, 3 breaths of the square breath pattern. Coming to that last one. And as you complete it, be in the allowing place a moment. And now, bring your knees up, uncross, and arrange your body with the props that you like for our final relaxation, making sure that you are beautifully along the midline of your body. Feel it out. And we rest with the open palms, the open heart, to let go all the effort and to drop deeply, deeply into your own being, completely in the allowing place. Know that you can stay here as long as you like. And if you're ready to move a little bit, roll to your side, drop into gratitude. And we'll come up to sit to close our practice. Big embracing breaths into the heart. So grateful, beautiful yogis. Have a wonderful week and see you soon.